Mick, December the 1st was the first anniversary of coming back to the Ireland job. It's been a very quick year and a very eventful year.
Yeah, 365 days like every other one, but it seems to have gone quicker. From December the 1st to March, and I said when I got the job, it might drag its feet till January, then it came round so quick, the first games, and I think that's what's going to happen this year with the playoff. It's been, I've enjoyed it, it's been eventful, it's been emotional, it's been fabulous to be back and doing the games. And all in all, I'm really sad we didn't qualify for everybody, but I'm proud of what the players did and how they went about their work. And if we play like we did in the last game, certainly against Denmark and in some of the other ones, then we'll win the playoffs.
Do you see the progression in the team from the first game against Gibraltar and that airport in the background, etc., through to the Denmark match? What progression do you see?
Of course I do, yeah. I mean, there's been, I would say, progression in terms of how we played the football, and we got better playing. And even still in that final third, we weren't prolific in front of goal, so our final pass and our finishing hasn't been the best. But at the other side of the coin, we've not conceded that many goals, and I think we're the best defensive team in there. And that's not through trying to be defensive. We're just as a unit, as a shape, as a team. So that was good. And I thought in the last game against Denmark, I think all the work that we've done, it showed in that game far more than any of the others.
Does it feel like your team now, if that's not a stupid question?
Yeah, it does feel like my team. And hopefully I've got 2 more and then European Championships to continue improving. I would say that the players would say it's my team. I'm saying it is, yeah. We're very much together. We played some really good football in the games. Hard to play against, not easy to play against. Teams won't like playing against us. And a great spirit amongst the players. And I think a connection with the fans, certainly after the last game, when they stayed behind and I think applauded what the players had done.
Is that one of the look back moments of the year for you, that reconnection with people?
I just think that's always been the case with Irish teams, that we've always had a really good connection with the fans in terms of, you know, when I was playing, we used to travel with the fans. We'd always see them in the airports, we'd see them in the hotels, we'd see them in the towns, the cities, wherever we were. And because of the change in travel and what we do, you can get disconnected and get slightly away from them. And I don't like that. I still like the fact that we have that connection with the fans, and I think it was great. Well, certainly everywhere we've been, they've come and supported us, and still seeing them in the streets in Denmark and in Geneva and in Tbilisi, and still being able to sit and mingle and have a beer with them and have a chat. And I think both sides appreciate it. I certainly do, and I think we've had great support. We really appreciate it.
How quickly almost do you want the 3 months to Slovakia to come?
I tell you when I'd like it to come, when all the players are fit. That's the problem. I'm watching players now. I go and watch teams, go and watch players, and who knows what it's going to bring. And March, of course, coming towards the end of the season, they've had a busy season. Championship clubs will have had 30 odd games, 40 games. Premier League clubs may have, the ones in Europe will have had 30 plus games. That's when they start to, I hope they don't pick up injuries. And we can have if we've got a full strength squad, then we're going to be better off. And I think we can beat whoever we get drawn against away from home. They're the same level of us. They finished third in their group. That's where we were at, that's where we're at now. And I think we can beat any third place team.
Wales have already given a lending hand because they, of course, played Slovakia. I mean, that's good information, isn't it, to have that coming from Ryan Giggs and his backup team?
Yeah, of course, and we appreciate that. But we can find that through the analysis and watching their games. But it's always nice to have the inside track slightly, and what it was like playing in Slovakia, who was the best players, who was the best free kicks, corner kicks, best headers of a ball, what they try and do from corners and free kicks. And like us, it's hard to change that. They won't meet up again until, 4 or 5 days before. So to try and change anything and catch anybody out is pretty difficult.
You've got to treat this as one game, haven't you? You can't start looking beyond that one game.
No, one game. Just I said the other day I was doing Sky, and Cammy asked me, he said, "What? How does it feel?" I said, "It feels like this is what you could have won, the draw." We've not done anything. That was the draw for the Europeans when they're here. The games, Poland, Sweden, Spain, and nothing to me. That's Slovakia. One game, and then if we win that, we've got another game.
When you look back over the year, any Irish fans looking at the football that was played, they will point to David McGoldrick as the standout player. I think that would be fairly widely accepted. I mean, when he played, he was incredible. He
was, and you know that I've known him for a long time. I signed him from Nottingham Forest for Ipswich, and he had 5 terrific seasons with me. And Ipswich fans loved him. And I guess the only reason he moved on in the end is because he wanted to be near his family. And he's benefited from that. He now lives, I think, in the North Nottingham area, so Nottinghamshire. He's only 30 minutes from training, can be with his family every night. He's benefited, he's fitter. And he's been great in the Premier League as well. He's playing very, very well. Sadly not scored yet, but nevertheless, he's one of their key players. And he has been for us. And to see him get the ovation he got when we took him off against Switzerland, having scored, was brilliant for him. I was delighted for him.
And a year ago, if I'd said to you, Aaron Connolly and Troy Parrott, they were very much in the distance. And now they're very much going to be in your plans between now and March, and having a look at them and watching them progress.
Well, a year ago, I wouldn't have been taking a great deal of notice of them. I'd come out of Ipswich and I was still looking to get a job back in the league somewhere. Yes, of course, would be aware of them, but not following them at all. Aaron's done it in the Premier League. Scored goals, played well. They played him week in, week out once he got in, so you could see how important he was to them. He did well in the games he played with us, and certainly in training. Troy's come in and doesn't look out of place when he's training with us physically, which is always something when he's 17 stroke 8. He's 18 now. He looked the part, and he needs to play. I mean, I know he scored again there the other night, but he's playing in underage. He needs to play immense football. Jose apparently is going to play academy players. Whether that happens or not, I hope so. But if not, I hope he could get out on loan. And there's plenty of takers. I know that. There's a plenty queuing up to take him.
What's Christmas like for you now as grandfather?
Well, I've got babies back in the house, and as a grandfather, I've got 2 2-year-olds and a 6-year-old, and it's wonderful. It was last year, and I expect it to be better this year because the 2, not 1. I mean, there wasn't a lot happening with the 1-year-olds. Yeah, Fanula, Nancy and Sid, they're just the light of our lives. They're just fabulous. So we have a great time with them, and I'm looking forward to it. And I won't be leaving the dinner table, or I won't be rushing back to join the dinner table from training, which will be nice this year.
And if Santi was to bring you one present, what would it be?
Well, it'll have to be next year's, won't it? Because we want to qualify for the Euros. That's the only thing on my mind.
And finally, to all the fans and the staff and everybody here in the FAI, I mean, it's been a tough year for people in the FAI, but you've been very much supportive of the staff around the place. What's your message to them this Christmas?
Yeah, I've been banging the drum because we've been, we've been the butt of jokes. We've been much maligned. I'm talking about the FAI. And for whatever the reasons they are, it's certainly not for the people that work here, who I've had the pleasure of meeting and working with them for the last 12 months, who all are so diligent, so hard-working. The coaches that go out and do the jobs with the youngsters, everybody around the place, gets my respect for, and especially for the way they've carried on, despite the flack that we've been getting as the FAI. So I take my hat off to them and thank them for all the work they do. And of course all my staff, who I knew most of them, but inherited again. They are there, and the national team manager comes in, whoever it might be, and works for them. They are brilliant. It was seamless that we just carried on, and they've helped. They've helped me, and they've helped TC, and well, Robbie of course knows them, and Kells knows them, and Lids, to settle in. And we've all enjoyed it. Sadly, we're not qualified, but I tell you, it's a great. Well, you've been in. You know how a great feeling it is when we're all in that camp for that week or 2 weeks. So, yeah, thanks to all them. Happy Christmas to all them, and happy Christmas to all the fans who've really been behind us for this last 12 months and given, I think, great support, and certainly personally have felt it all the way through. So thank you and happy Christmas.